Okay then. Where did I stop last time? Search for the caravan driver. Search for Milton Hart. Yeah, let's do these things. That sounds like a great idea. Just the right kind of thing to get going for today. Let's start out fresh. Totem, down there. Let's get that. There's no reason to not do a totem. Take that, filthy monsters. Alright, there we go. Working as intended. Just can't say no to totems. They're such a good source for quality loot and XP and everything. Okay. Probably should be a little bit less daring here. I noticed that I don't really respect my enemies too much. Well, let's plot down a couple of our totems and let them do the talking. Okay. Just like I thought, everything went fine. No need to be worried. Cliff of Ashen Wastes. Okay, getting bit by bit those thingies here. Calastorian Gable. Well, sure, but it doesn't boost my Storm Totem, so it's definitely not anything I want to have. Hjoran, welcome. Nice to see you. I'm a lazy man. No, I'm not really that lazy. I want to know. So, Foggy Bank must be Ulgrim. And Sodden Hollow. Sodden Hollow, Foggy Bank. Let's go there. Yeah, I skipped most of that. Just want to clear out my quest log a bit. Yo, dude, you're supposed to die. Pesky rookie soldier. Oh, hello there, League Lord. So far, so good. Really confident about the future of this one here. White Mire. Oh, there's a little bit of a dungeon that I didn't enter yet. Check that out in a sec. For now, I can't stop myself from farming those slip. Cavern. Oh, it's actually one that I didn't farm yet. That's good. If I remember correctly, this was one with a devotion shrine, so stuff's getting better and better. So happy to be here tonight again. Sorry for my absence the last 2 days. I needed to rest a little bit. Still feeling pretty tired. I don't know. We almost had no sunlight the last couple of days. Maybe it's that. Who knows? Or maybe I just needed a little bit of a break after being haunted by my parents-in-law for 2 entire days. Maybe it's both. Okay. I really am curious how far I'll make it with this one. I mean, technically this build should be good enough to make it all the way to level 100. But on the other side, man, it's going to be a rough ride. Ah, here we go. I knew that this one had a shrine. Awesome. Let's go! Also, there's good news considering Christmas. I'll be streaming Christmas a lot. Because my family, the rest of my family will be visiting the parents-in-law. And I'm free to work. And then we're going to celebrate Christmas when they are going back between... after the holidays. So I'll plan to be of some company during the Christmas holidays. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too. And the parents-in-law were totally happy that they get to see the rest of the family during Christmas.
That skill's not ready.
So it's a win-win. And I don't mind too much. I don't really feel too much about the date itself. And I was living 7 years with a Russian woman together, and Russian people celebrate Christmas completely different to European people. So. That's gonna be all plot. Ugh. Got stuck here a little bit. Okay. So, where is my quest goal? I'm wondering. And isn't Foggy Bank... Oh yeah, Foggy Bank must be that place where you get the ice axe spalders from. That means I must have overlooked that cultist cellar somehow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There we go. Ooh, including Chthonian Harbinger. Nasty. Okay then. Yeah, cultist slayer. I already was a little bit unhappy that I skipped that one.
I can't do that yet.
Here we go. Oh man, these wind devils are pretty nasty. Once they are leveled out, they really kick some ass. Alright, my dude. Cheers to your shoulder pads. Ron, you know, I always see the places where the most of the floor is ether fire. Oh, yeah, that ether fire stuff is pretty nasty. I almost feel as if it's pretty much ignoring your resistances. Like, it's almost like it's always doing percentile health damage, getting hotter and hotter the longer you stay on it. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but that's how I feel that it feels when you're running on it. I bet it does. Yeah, I feel as if that's the thing. But I never looked it up in any Wikipedia or something like that. So, shouldn't there be something in the Sodden Hollow? Foggy Bank and at his house near Besodden Hollow in Whitemire. Mr. Hart, where art thou? I want to put your earthly remains to rest. Cannons in the Conflagration, I love that one. At least if I have somebody who's capable of dealing with those enemies, that is. But you really need a decent ether resistance, otherwise it's really stuff there. But if you have like 70 or 80% ether resistance, it is actually pretty harmless. I was very surprised about that. When I was there for the first time with a character with a really good ether resistance, it was like, I was surprised how easy the configuration can be. Okay. But that's still not Milton hard. There we go. Devastating ice axe spaulders. Well, nope. Just a big old nope. I mean, there's only houses in this area here, so haven't I finished that quest yet? Really wondering about that one. Whatever, we're gonna find out. Hope you guys are all enjoying the Friday. Or whatever time it is when you're watching this. I am for sure quite happy that it's weekend. Tomorrow's the birthday party. Little one went 4 this week, and yeah, gotta have some Kindergeburtstag, as we say here in Germany. We have some friends coming over and such. Quite a nice thing. Especially ever since COVID, I really appreciate such things way more.
That skill's not ready.
Okay. Found the target. Target eliminated. Oh, this second. Wow. This dude is always pretty resilient. Damn. Sharpshooter's pouch. I didn't mean to pick that up. Okay. So, that was that. Foggy Bag. That was the other. Find Ulgrim. I bet this one was Ulgrim. Oh, there's a totem too. Neat. Go that one up now. Or get picked up by it. We'll see about that. Ah, here. Oh no, that's not Ulgrim. It's Luther Graves. Get over here, buddy. Okay. Ooh. There's still a couple of slip around. Okay, so. Let's go! Easy pickings. Ow! Did you see those needles? That was a lot of damage, actually. Sparkstone Scepter. Sounds lightning. Is lightning, but no storm totem. Glyph. Another one. Ito. Codex of Reckoning. Thanks, but no. Okay. So, was there any good reason to go over there? I don't think so. Okay. Good. Now, let's grab those rewards. Welcome back, Miss Starlet. Welcome back, Mr. Graves. And rest in peace, Molten Heart. Have I built into the Tempest Devotion? Gotta check it out where I already went. I think this one, yes I did. This is just a major kick-ass thing to do as a lightning mage. I'm very interested in the Spear of Heavens too, because, you know, there's just so much extra goodness in it. The ether damage could be actually attainable via Arcanist, I'm not that sure, so let's see. But 20 blue and 7 red, okay. What's there to pick? So this one would be bring 3 blue. I just want to improvise for now, just because I really don't feel as if I'll stick with that formation anyways. Oh yeah, Chariot of the Dead. Well, Chariot of the Dead would bring nice bonuses, but not too much of the colors that I want to have. I think, like, down left. What do we have here? Elemental damage, shield. Never looked at that one actually. I mean, everything elemental damage should be also pretty good. But retail is definitely not my business. Steel, hey there, welcome. So happy to see you. Okay, we need blue for constellations and red ones. Red is a sector that I didn't even unlock yet, so that's a little bit bad in general. So this one is way too big to go for it, so I'll have to unlock the crossroads for now. Doesn't help. I want that Spear of the Heavens, at least I want to try it out at once, so we'll have to check out what we can get here. The rat is definitely nothing for me. The wretch, I think that's also the wrong type of damages. The fiend, no. The mantis, that's pierce damage. The vulture, resistances. I'll take that one. This is way to go. This will leave me with one too little, but well, I think I'm going to take the vulture and the Chariot of the Dead, and then I'm going to remove the crossroads again. Let's go for the vulture. Vulture offers me pretty good intermixed stats, like that one. Right now, going for defensive stuff feels exactly like the way I want to go, because my character deals so friggin' much damage already. I mean, this will not last. I know how this game works, but since it does work out that well up until elite difficulty, I feel as if I don't want to focus entirely into damage right now. Resistances are looking pretty groovy too. 80% ether resistance. When did that happen? So. This has grown into one of my favorite little projects here. But that one dude just dealt like 3,000 damage with one projectile. And that wasn't even a boss enemy. Slightly unsettling. Oltos, Shepherd of the Storms. Oh yeah. I'll have to check that one out.
That skill's not
Whoa.
ready.
Jeez, that dude hurts. Let's see. I remember Oltus was that one. Oltus needs red bubbles too. Wonderful. We'll reach Oltus way earlier than the spear. Thank you, Hyorin. Always the right cue. Yeah, okay. The cold damage ain't that appealing. It's a little bit heavily biased towards cold damage, but still, I feel as if this is the an ideal spot to go. How's the Brims and Dawns? I love that game. That's how it is. Lately, I'm feeling a little bit more tired than usual, a little bit more stressed out than usual. I don't know. Probably the change of the seasons. So I'm taking it slow lately. ARPGs are way to go when I want to take things slow in life. This one is my favorite in general right now. Simply said, Grim Dawn is the ARPG I'm the least often angry about compared to all other ARPGs that I played. Other ARPGs make me quite angry now and then, because some things felt unfair or unpredictable or whatever. This game almost never does that to me. I love it for that. That's why I appreciate this game so much. Oh yeah, up ahead, there's that psycho who wants to burn his own family. I hate that guy. Or as my wife likes to put it, can we kill the guy and save the family? Alright, so Rage Snout. There we go. I have had my angry moments with Grim Dawn. Yeah, Grim Dawn got a big bad update lately. They reworked a ton of different items there. There we go. Go home, you crazy. I don't like you, but I do want to save your family. So you get to live too. Lucky fella. Now, I was busy leveling that stuff. So extra energy, casting speed, skill energy cost, totally not interesting at this point. I want cooldown reduction, primarily. There we go. I'm starting to take the extra mile on these maps every now and then, because I'm growing more and more concerned about my well-being. I want to farm out my way a little bit more. Enemies are growing nastier and nastier now too. We left Burwich, and Burwich really doesn't contain too many nasty enemies. Game's taking a soft pace there. But that stops right here. I really want to make it into ultimate difficulty with that character. That would be already pretty much of a big deal for me. Sure thing, Mr. Larkin. They will tell me, though, that you are not really worth being avenged. Okay. Now, the beginning of Arcobia. One of my favorite areas in the game. The enemies are all quite easy in that part of the game still. But you travel through a pretty interesting... I like that geography here. And I like the undead. Undead are so much fun. And we're gonna see a lot of them in the coming couple of miles. Oh, Spine Cove. As if I knew it. Like I said, I love undead. Okay. Gonna plop down a totem here in every couple of meters, just to make sure that the next ambush won't be too problematic or something like that.
That skill's not ready.
If I remember correctly, this place had a unique boss. So my pierce resistance is 55%. I'd love to increase that all the way up to max. Because I feel as if ranged attacks are still the one thing that I'm the most afraid about. Like that wall of crossbowmen. That's usually the one of the biggest problems for most of my characters later down the road. And a high pierce resistance really mitigates a ton of that damage. Take that, filthy spirit. Okay. It's relic. Oh yeah. And even exalted stash. Wow. I had forgotten that. Scorchers are called. Okay. Those armies of specters. This place is so densely populated. Okay, so the first problematic break here in this area will be, I think,
That skill's not ready.
probably the second mine. The Hanafi mine. I'm not gonna go for these crazy arena bosses here. That would be just crazy. Especially since one of those bosses is a lightning elemental character. And yeah. These guys, they kill too many of my characters, and I don't want to take the unnecessary risk for some random side bosses that don't really play any bigger role in the game. That would be really unfortunate to lose everything, just because I wanted to kill two arbitrary bosses on the roadside. Here we go. So, let's fill up that bad boy. I like the extra resistances this one gives, actually. So these are pretty valuable resistances. And resistances I'm not really leveled out yet. Elite is where your resist really starts to matter a lot. I think with hardcore, your resists always matter. Because these unique bosses, sometimes, when you don't have the correct resistance, they can totally shred you to pieces. Maybe not so much in normal difficulty, but beginning from elite difficulty, it really... elite, you're saying. Oh, I misread that. I thought you said ultimate. Sorry. Forget my ramblings. You're absolutely... Like, did I mention that I'm a little bit tired?
Skill's not ready.
Alright. It's undead party time. Okay, so the next thing that I want to pay closer attention to in a bigger picture are those faction upgrades. Factions do sell really good augments and stuff that can make my life a lot easier. I should check out the Rovers the Devil's Crossing people and the Homestead people. Because augments can't really change a lot. Here we go. This is one thing I love about this build so much, that you can just set up all your stuff, get into a safe distance, watch the enemy melt. Even if you can't avoid the entire fight, you can reduce the impact of the enemies. Love that. Uchtenborg Waste Guard. Lightning. Elemental. Ether damage converted to elemental damage. Now, plus bleeding resistance. I'll take that. This is definitely a good thing, especially the part where it transforms ether into elemental damage. If I ever get any ether damage out of my Arcanist skill tree, this is actually transforming it into something more useful for me. Me well rested after yesterday, no. I don't know. This week stressed me out a lot. My parents-in-law always stress me out because they don't like me and they pretend as if they wouldn't, as if it wouldn't be like that. And it's always so. Everything is so stiff. It's just very, very exhausting to be with these people. But we have to get along somehow. I think I'm more stressed out than actually exhausted, like psychically versus physically.
I can't do that yet.
I don't know if I'm able to keep that belt though in a longer period of time, but I should consider that ether to elemental conversion is a really desirable stat for one.
I can't do that yet.
Ah, here we go. These are melting in such an insane speed there. Ah, yeah, here. They say, I'm not gonna kill you, of course. We're not gonna do this. Okay, Arcovian foothills. Weren't there rovers here? Yes, there were rovers. And I'm supposed to go back to Devil's Crossing first. Let's do this.
Well, you work Darius. We have to hit them hard and fast. Leave no room for a counter-strike.
Blah. Let's see if I can't get down Darius today. Let's take that as the first milestone target for tonight's session. Alright, bleed resistance is looking good, but where did my piercing resistance go? Let's see what these fine people have in store for me. Searching the Elder, that's a nice quest. And the bandits.
Yeah.
Oh well. can't wait to reach the end of the Arcanist skill tree and get towards Star Pact. Because Star Pact will give me extra cooldown reduction, and that's something. It's going to be really interesting. This cooldown reduction might be the most desirable thing for this build. The more cooldown reduction, the faster my totems are up. The faster my totems are up, the more deadly this build grows. Like, being able to plop down your second totem only 1 second faster on average is such an insane power-up. Pretty much the first time, though, that I'm playing a build that's actually taking a ultimate toggle skill from its secondary class, because I consider the Arcanist as the secondary class. I'm running Shaman skills as my primary damage source, so Arcanist is definitely the secondary class, but this one is just too good. Not too good. While the Shaman ultimate is really, really meh. Okay, I could break through that barricade already, but I don't want to. I want to do the Elder find the Elder quest here. And also take down the Staunton Mine. That's nice. Boss here is quite harmless. Nikki Baltazar. Lots of HP. A little bit of a projected attack, this one. Very brief stun, but beyond that, very easy to kite that dude. Like I said, pretty easy. Here we go. Dark Flame Chest Guard. Doesn't sound like my cup of tea. Nope, nope. Just nope. Oh yeah, wasps. Zap. Such a wonderful moment when you're just leaning back and waiting for the monsters to draw. Life's good. Dynamite, that's what we came for. Although I already got my dynamite. One cannot have too much dynamite. One thing that I learned in this game. I think that was already pretty much all that this mine had in store for me. But I somehow like these areas a lot. They're so much fun to clear. Then little pieces of loot, yeah. Yeah, I remember playing Diablo 1 and 2, where you had to click every piece of, every pile of gold to actually pick it up. That was painful. That was the definition of pain. And you really needed that gold for your stupid mercenaries. Or for your stat booster potions. One way or another, you needed that gold. Quality of life was just not at the same spot as it is nowadays. I'm really happy that software has made that kind of development nowadays. Yeah. It's a different war party here. Ghouls. Take that a little bit more seriously for a second. Since this is not the usual ballpark. Okay. Zap. Spectral items. No thanks. Cerulean Shard. What's that? Primal Strike. Some amulet. Okay. My amulet doesn't increase anything that I like anyway, so let's check out what this one does. Extra cooldown reduction. But beyond that... nah. Not really an upgrade towards my situation right now. Oh yeah, the not to mention the unidentified loot. Oh yeah, Hyorin, you totally remind me of something there. That part my brain totally suppressed. Yeah, the whole ARPG genre has seen a lot of development in the last couple of years. I'm really curious to see which title in the near future will be the successor of, well, I'd say Path of Exile, where now Path of Exile seems to be the big dog in the still in the scene, like the most successful new ARPG. Really, I'm really curious to see which one will be the successor. I have an eye out on Last Epoch, which is still in early access. I really like that one too. Maybe I should stream that as well. Another day or so. The identification books. Oh yeah, such nasty mechanics, and this insanely small inventory. That was also one trademark move of Pain. Okay, let's head back to the rover dudes and get my experience for that. Because I bombed up the barricade and I found your elder. Hooray! More XP. Let's just skill more of that bottom line stuff. And don't feel any change whatsoever. Except for the good feeling of getting closer to your long-term goals. I think you will really like villains as well. Oh yeah, I checked that, the trailer of that one too, Kieran. This looks like a game that I really want to try out too. That's true. Right, look at that earth elemental digging itself in here. Here we go. Probably gonna do a little bit of a review about Lords and Villains across the next couple of weeks too. Looks like a game that I want to feature on the channel as well.
I can't do that yet.
Today I did my first test drive on Let's Build a Zoo. Pretty nice game as well. Pretty nice game. Gonna do a feature in the course of the next week or even tomorrow. Let's see. Oh man. Damage output of this build is really so satisfying. Like, you do kind of like AoE and single target damage at the same time. That rocking. Demopteran fodder. There's another boss. Well, I almost never suffer any damage, but when I do, I instantaneously lose 25 to 33% of my HP. Go. Quite unsettling. But yet still, I feel as if I want to take these. 70% poison resistance should be sufficient to survive this one. Alright. Already did 2 level ups tonight. Pretty nice. Good level up speed, that is. And here goes. Here goes the big boss wasp, Chronoprax. If I remember correctly, that was a poison boss. So 70% poison resistance are not really providing too much protection here. So I'm gonna be mirroring on this and run out of there. Wow. Okay. Let's just make sure that these poison bombs are not going to hit me another time. Good thing that I have this invulnerability skill there. Ah, that's elite difficulty. Totally messing you up when you're not respecting those unique bosses for a second there. Holy crap! That was closer than I thought. Well, okay. So my resistances are fluctuating. Why do I have 70%? What does it increase my? Ah, the runic bracers. I see. So,
Can't do that.
okay. That explains a lot. I had a misperception of my resistances there. That wasp is rough, yeah. A lot of unique bosses in this game are really rough. But at the same time, if you avoid them too much, you're avoiding most of the exalted stacks in the game, so... Double-edged sword. Poison and pierce. Yeah, that would make sense. Those are two of my weakest resistances. Good thing that I remembered my my invulnerability skill. I think I would have died without. I think this moment would have been the death of this character if I wouldn't have remembered that I can go invulnerable in that moment. Though, Vengeful Wraith. Craft this one. Getting that devotion closer. Oh gosh, can't craft Vengeful Wraith. Let's see. Is that something we can't buy here? I don't know, but actually not. Just went quickly for those component recipes. What do I think the most dangerous unique boss of the game is? Oh, that's an interesting question. Oh, that depends a lot on what you're playing, though. Really depends a lot on what you're playing. I personally consider every single boss that's summoning those obsidian crystals that do doom bolts extremely dangerous. I don't know. Pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. But these are, ironically, only dangerous if you're playing a melee character. For every ranged character, these bosses are pretty harmless because they can stay outside of the range of these crystals quite easily. That's why I find it quite hard to generalize that. But among my personal encounters that I'm always happy when I'm done with it is the Demapteran Queen. The Demapteran Queen combines everything I hate. Poison and a lot of unavoidable melee damage while charging at you, and this extremely high physical damage from the falling debris from the ceiling. There's a little bit of everything to mess your day up. So for now, I would vote for the Demapteran Queen as one of the most uncomfortable uniques in the game because it's so hard to protect yourself from it. The amalgamation out there in the gruesome harvest is pretty nasty too, but compared to that, you just need to stack up on a lot of ether resistance, and that boss is really a lot less dangerous. All the bosses of the dungeons these are entered. Oh yeah, those Those enemies are also something else, that's true. I was only thinking about the bosses that you really need to kill to get through the game. Gotta admit. The bosses of the elite areas, I must say... Oh, wait a second. It's getting dangerous. The enemies of the elite areas, I don't know. It's hard for me to remember all of them. It's been a while since I've been in these areas the last time. A couple of years, actually, with some of them. I only remember the... Oopsie. I only remember the one in the undead area. I can't even remember the one in the Caponian area. Top 3 would be Mad Queen, Sentinel, and the Wendigo from Yeah, I can't say anything about the DLC bosses at this point, because I've only played Fallen Gods once, story completely, and Ashes of Malmeth not a single time, so I'm pretty sure this character will rest in pieces at Malmeth. Or, well, maybe I will have my experiences with Malmeth, because I did it with another character beforehand. Okay, Hanafi Mine, let's go. Hanafi Mine can also be quite a bummer. The boss there and his rat, especially the rat. The rat can really be extremely dangerous if you do the mistake of perceiving it as a normal mob, which it just isn't. Okay.
I can't do that yet.
Taking this situation quite seriously, because those Cromley dudes, when they hit you from the wrong angle, they can be really nasty. Especially when they got a lot of yellows on their side. Okay. That rat guy deals a lot of damage. Definitely.
I can't do that yet.
This boss here in this mine tackled a lot of my characters in the past. So I'm actually a little bit tense right now. But that's a happy tense. Dynamite! Okay. There's the exit, but I definitely need that dynamite. Whoa, I hate these situations. Like, sometimes when you don't have the necessary pierce resistance, this can be already all it takes to kill you. Right.
I can't do that yet.
So there we go. But I made the experience that when you separate them and take them really seriously, this encounter is not that horrible. But yeah, still suffering a lot of damage just by the boss alone. Spirit of Mokrogan. I think the first time that I encountered that Spirit of Mokrogan, I was such a rookie in this game that my character wasn't even able to beat that dude on normal difficulty at all. I really think that this was the case, yeah. Fun times. So, I don't have any devotion. Spirit of Seth Rogen. Okay, so let's not look back here. Or just a little bit, maybe. Why do I have a... Ah, because there's one of these forges that I have to destroy. These things. Let's not go into that direction. This is foolish. That's the bosses that I was talking about. They are really just bonkers. Although I got 80% lightning resist. Nah.
That skill's not
No
ready.
reason to kill myself just for a random boss that doesn't even matter. Even if it would be very, very satisfying to prove to myself that I'm able to tackle them.
Can't do
Survival is a way better form of approval, but I think I can take that forge at least. There we go. Alright, Darius Cromley, here we go.
I can't do that.
Jeez, can somebody take down these archers from the balustrade, from that palisade? Wow. That's what I'm talking about. These guys hurt like hell. Incendiary shoulder plates. It's in the name already that this is not really my piece of gear. Jeez, we're already an hour in? God, time flies when you're having fun. Okay. Ooh, not that way. Let's take down that
That skill's not
dude.
ready.
Yeah, that dude. Wonderful. Okay. Badge of tenacity. Tenacity of the boar. Well. I love that Wild West feeling of these areas here. Okay, so pretty close to Mr. Cromley now. Wow, that dagger throw of these dudes that just hurts so much. They have so many skills that just hurt me so much. Even though my HP is pretty good for that point of the game. I think that's also one of the aspects of Grim Dawn that I like so much, that it doesn't have this this standard high fantasy setting. The dark fantasy Wild West setting, if you want to say so, really makes quite a nice change to the genre. Like, for example, the whole gunpowder aspect. It's such a little... Okay, so there goes the mine, and let's see. Once I'm at the waypoint, I'm going to take a little bit of a short tea break, because I'm feeling a little bit parched. Ooh, there's a strong box. Maps and the door is not very generic, yeah, exactly. What I love. Okay, my friends, gonna see you all in a minute with refreshments. Yeah, that's better. That's a lot better. Mmm. Oh, tasty. We got some more costly tea.
You're welcome.
Oh, welcome for, thanks for the follow, Alvik. Happy to have you. There we go. So, Cromley's hideout. Really thought that I might be taking longer to reach this milestone of today's session, but looks like we're in a good speed today. Murderous bullets. Yeah. Let's hope that I'll be able to take that devotion shrine. Okay, there's really no reason to go all the way around the ledge whatsoever. Just wanted to know for once. Okay. I can remember that
Can't do that.
this is ambush territory. Alright. Oh, Venom Fang. Well, it's actually a little bit more rare. There we go. I won't be noticing that much of a difference out of this last point, but it is a complete constellation again. Well, meet Mr. Totem. He likes to zap you.
That skill's not ready.
Pretty sure that these murderer type items are not exactly my stats. Okay. Here goes the ether warp variant of the Cromley people. They did do quite some damage though. Oh yeah. I love it when there's a fight between two factions and you're just capable of taking all the XP of both sides by just murdering everybody. Very satisfying. Okay. One boss. Obviously nothing to be too worried about. Quite resilient though. Quite a resilient bugger. Place here is always weirding me out a bit. It's basically not dangerous because the enemy density is not too high, but at the same time there's such a weird pressure on some of these enemies that I always have to be careful because you can't just get spiked to death sometimes out of nothing. It's really a weird place. Oh, Durrani. Hi there. Bye-bye, my dude. Oh, there's a totem up ahead. Nice. Some of these can do a lot of direct damage, yeah. I think it's also the combination of pierce and ether damage on those ranged dudes that melted down a lot of my characters in the past. And these, they're melee people, they really do pack quite some punch too. Although they're all quite squishy, that's one common denominator among them. They die quite quickly. Right. It doesn't seem like I'll be hitting 58 before Runway, though. Oh, let's clear up the area first. I don't like to have enemies in the vicinity when I'm doing a totem. Moneybags. Mr. Moneybags ahead. Take him down. Quite the resilient person. Oh yeah. Free dynamite. I like people that yield free dynamite. Ow. We're melting them, dudes. Okay, Flash Hulk. Oh, even an Iron Cyclone. Okay, everything went fine. Guardsman's chestplate blueprint. I love it when you're capable of making your own uniques. Okay, so that's kind of a difficult one. Star Pact? Well, I don't have that skill yet, but I'd be losing the skill recharge and the extra points in Storm Totem. Oh man, that global sky effigy is so OP. It's a shame. It's so hard to upgrade your gear once you have one of those.
Skill's not ready.
I'm pretty sure that this doesn't beat the global effigy either. Simply because 2 ranks on your main skill are pretty much unbeatable. If you can't get the same, at least the same amount of skill points back, your new item will most likely suck. Comparatively, sadly. All right, let's go. Most of the time, I always considered Darius Bromley as one of the weakest side main story bosses the game has in store. But that also depended a lot on the type of character I was playing. For melee people, he can be quite a challenge too. This is quite harmless altogether. Empowered Slugger. Storm Totem? No, that's the wrong side. Yeah. Goodbye, Mr. Cromley. It was not really a impressive fight. Okay. Alright, reached tonight's milestone target already. Let's see. Next milestone, getting through the Arcobian Undercity. Probably is more annoying than a tough fight. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I always consider him as a is a weaker variant of the Warden Crate fight, generally said. Okay, we made it. Welcome to Twin Falls. Yay, undead! I love it. So happy to be here. Seriously, I mean it. Alright. This is one of my favorite parts of the game. Where there's so many skeletons that the game slightly lags. Okay. So, there's this optional area here. Pretty dangerous one, too. Or at least the boss fight there ain't that easy. Okay. Hive number 2. Let's see that how dangerous this one will be.
That skill's not ready.
Now, how many levels do I actually have to do this still? I'm at 35, so 8 more levels. Yikes. It's a little bit rough. Okay. Ah, there's the next hive boss.
Ready.
Well, also lightning damage, hey? Almost no damage inflicted, so I'm taking this quite chill. Alright, so at level 65 I will be able to learn Star Pack finally. Ow. That's rough. It's like, hey, you're not gonna develop yourself at all for the next 8 levels. Skill point wise. But Star Pact is gonna be so much worth it. Or is it? I mean, damage types plus Frostburn damage extra on that. And skill cooldown reduction. I think the skill cooldown reduction alone is already an insane buff that you don't want to say no to. Just my personal thought there. Yay. I'm a little bit more nervous around these wasps because of my low poison resistance here. Well, I think the arena boss shouldn't be too much of an issue for this character though. Why is it so friggin' dark here all of a sudden? That's really a lot of darkness all of a sudden there. Can't remember to have seen anything like that before. Must be just the day-night cycle swapping at a funny moment. being engulfed in darkness when you're entering this the citadel of undead surely does make some ambience. Oh boy. Ouchie. Okay. Popping the immortality mirror immediately.
I can't do that yet.
Okay. So there's always these sudden moments of danger where I drop down to an insanely low amount of HP all of a sudden. Everything's just golden and all of a sudden, bam. I like that.
That skill's not ready.
No? Okay. So did the stream have a break, or did my browser just have a break? I think my browser just had a bit of a breakdown there. Okay. Let's run into that direction.
That skill's not ready.
Okay. Good. Screen cut out for a sec, yeah. My internet connection has lately these micro disconnections, like losing the internet connection for less than a minute, less than 10 seconds sometimes. You know, I highly think that the culprit is my own connection there. Sure thing, I'll take down your undead. No problem. Arcovia's Undercity is one of my favorite areas in the game. Good area to farm at. Okay, let's go inside. Don't want to. Wait a sec. There's a shrine I didn't cleanse yet. Okay. So definitely not gonna go inside quickly. Just not before I had a chance to work on that devotion shrine here. Yay, 58, only 7 more levels to go. There's a good package of nasty in there. Okay. And let's go. Okay, so to reach Ultos, I'll need green and blue. So, Chariot of the Dead would give me the green, but not the blue. And where could I get the blue from? Well, let's not check that out now. But I'm actually considering Chariot of the Dead, because it features so many nice, super nice defensive stats. Just what the average hardcore player likes to see. Okay. Leveling up like crazy out here.
Can't do that.
XP bar is going upwards all the time. Nice. Okay, now Arcovian Undercity. I was just wondering whether or not a reflective enemy will deal damage to me if the totems are shooting at him while he has that damage reflection aura online. If so, I really need to have always top-notch lightning resistance to stay safe for situations like these. Ghoul's Devotion. Wasn't that the one with the Life Leech? There's a couple of really nice skills out there that just yield really nice survivability. For Chariot of the Dead, I like the part where you can get a healing when you're getting smacked. It's one of my favorite parts when there's a certain chance of healing when there's just lots of arrows hitting you or something like that. Ah, yeah, then I know what you're talking about. Yeah, the Ghoul one is as long as your character is actually doing main hand weapon damage. It's a brilliant one. I like that one too.
Skill's not ready.
I like melting undead.
That skill's not ready.
Okay. Probably a little bit more careful than I need to be, but I've seen today two times a moment where I almost died, so there's no such thing as being too careful here. One funny part about hardcore difficulty, you're doing it right, you make it look super easy and as if you're not taking any risks and as if stuff is almost way too easy, but in reality, only one slight mistake of your wayfinding or your decisions or just the way you play these areas and boom, you're done so. Yeah, the Ghoul one, I use that one a lot too. It's basically the best way of acquiring early game attack damage to health conversion. I do not use it on later stage builds quite often, because they can... The higher developed builds often have access to attack damage conversion into health via items, and then they don't need that too much anymore. But early game, awesome because it makes you independent of items. Of course, you can keep that too and stay independent of items. So, ow, friggin' crossbow archers! I hate them so much. With a skeletal gargantuan from the flank, just so to hold you when you're standing at the wrong spot. Nice. Well played, game. Well played.
That skill's not ready.
Alright, there's one of the quest bosses. Two of them, actually. Or is it only a marker for another book? I guess it's a marker for another book, yeah. Alright. Another lightning dude.
I can't do that yet.
Just like me! Alright, here goes the sarcophagus. Lexra's flash furnace. Nope. Just a big pile of nope. Forgotten passage number 2. That was the ideal distance to these guys, to not be pelted with crossbow bolts. There we go.
That skill's not ready.
I'll leave a little bit of a void gate, a rift gate here, just because I know why. Yes, I will destroy that harpy boss for you, which happens to be your mutate daughter. And let's get right back inside. And that's why the rift gate. Nifty, hey. Alright. Because I want to finish the entire Arcovian Undercity. And finish these kill quests here while I'm at it.
Can't do that yet.
Okay. I'm taking a lot of damage right now. Didn't realize for a second. That always makes me kind of nervous. When it takes a second or two to realize that you're receiving damage, it's never a good sign. Let's go downstairs. I think that's okay. Don't want to clear this area too over excessively.
That skill's not ready.
Good thing that I got those wind devils. They got my back so well. Yay. Arcanum oil? I didn't have that one yet. Nice.
Can't do that yet. ready.
Ugh. Alright, we get in there. Oh, ow. 50% of my HP were missing. 50 friggin' percent. This friggin' fruit fly is really annoying the heck out of me. Why doesn't it live in the kitchen where there's actually fruit? Okay. Oh, there's no more boss up ahead. Can't stop myself from killing bosses. Just too fun. Okay, now, step 2.
That skill's not ready.
Really hope that I'll make it up to level 459 here tonight. That would be really good. Then 4 level progress. That's a good. It's a good outcome for one session, I'd say. I don't want to be around that when stuff like that comes down.
Can't do that yet.
Okay. Ah, that was one of my quest bosses. I see, I see. Didn't even pay attention to the name until the very end.
That skill's not ready.
Really good. I love it. There's still so much fun in clearing entire levels with that build. Speaking about which, I have an appointment in clearing out this room. There's really a lot of spawns in here.
That skill's not ready.
And I feel as if I really can use that extra XP quite well. There you are. I'm really impressed every time how quickly I'm able to take down even skeletal gargantuans, which are, for many of my other builds, rather slowly killable enemies. Undead and Slith are fun. Well, the Slith, they don't last long enough, you know? The Slith, they really wear out real quickly, but apart from that, I totally agree with you. I do like the undead hordes that the ethereals provide too. The ethereals have such self-exhuming hordes as well, and I really like them too. Oh, treasure trove. Almost didn't notice that one. Reckoning. Good relic would be also something that my character can still make good use of. Totem up ahead. Nice. Pretty nasty spot to enter the room at. Yeah, and I wouldn't accept any help here too, Hyorin, because this is solo self-found. So I would be breaking my conduct if I would accept donations from outside. So
That skill's not ready.
quite a scary fight, though.
That skill's not ready.
Okay, the Huntsman, I know that this is a rifle. Spellfire one. Pack of Deadly Means. Okay. Dual Wield Enabler. Hello, loot. Goodbye, loot. But for now, I have to decide for a relic
That skill's
first.
not ready.
I don't even know what kind of relic this guy is supposed to wear. Maybe I even already got all the necessary materials, who knows. And there's Ravina.
That skill's not ready.
Oh my god. Those poor undead. Stormcaller's Spellblade. Wind Devil Maelstrom Supercharged. But not Storm Totem up. Well, I'll have to compare those. I just have to. Yeah, well, it might be actually even better, but it's mostly, let's see, Maelstrom. And the other one, we're gonna see. Don't want to decide that now.
That skill's not ready.
I feel as if I really don't want to have any downgrade on my Storm Totem level whatsoever. Hey Dash, welcome! Happy to see you here. Oh, I'll have to check that out, Piranha. So, right now, this one is 31 lightning damage. Just bought Forgotten Gods DLC today. I'm jealous of your, of that. Being new to such a great game is a nice thing. If you have any questions, feel free to ask away.
I can't do that yet.
Game can be quite complicated at the beginning. Okay, let's just hope that I don't kill myself now. There's a lot of enemies inside there. Well, the short about this Spellblade that I found, the Spellblade would be a power-up for my Wind Devils more than for my Storm Totem.
That skill's not ready.
Might be actually worth the effort, because, you know, the Wind Devils are also part of my damage. Pretty important part as well.
That skill's not ready.
No! Well, it's all quite even, honestly. Sometimes you're just luckier, and sometimes you're less lucky. It's just my experience. Cold stone. Let's see if I can craft one. Well, yeah, 121 lightning damage is pretty nasty. Inquisitor Arcanist is pretty squishy. Yeah, that's true. There's nothing in there making the combo more stable. Both character classes don't have too many elements of tankiness in it. I do see the problem there. Yeah, at least I can't craft that cold stone. But what always does help, if you're feeling like you're dying too much, use components with extra HP. Bristly fur and mutated scales are your best friends to increase your early game HP. And apart from that, keep your resistances high. It's always helping a ton too. Shadow Stalker's belt. Hell no. Nightblade Arcanist. Well, the Nightblade and the Arcanist have both skills that render you invulnerable. The Arcanist has the Mirror of Erioctes, which is a 3-second full immunity spell. And the Nightblade also has another skill which does render you practically invulnerable. Well, don't worry too much about shrines you missed, Dash. The total amount of devotion points is limited to 55, and in every difficulty level you can activate these shrines new. So basically, you don't need to activate all shrines. The more shrines you activate early on, of course, the more powerful you grow, a lot faster.
You're welcome.
It's not that much. Raphael, thank you so much for the follow. Are you counting the shrines from the expansions? Shrines give good loot too, yeah, that's true. But I personally always prefer the progression into the next difficulty level or such over looking too hard for devotion levels. My chaos resistance is pretty high. I'll give it a try down there. Yay! Skill level 40 getting closer. Right. So Chthonian Harbingers, they too take a lot of time to go down. Jeez.
I can't do that yet.
Yay. Place is full of demons. Well, Devotion Shrine mapping is one of the most finicky and nasty things there. If you don't know what to skill anymore, Dash, check out any constellation that gives you resistances that aren't capped out yet, and or health and such things. Because if I know one thing for sure, you literally can't have too many tanky stats as long as you're able to kill your enemies in time. Just my personal impression. 34 for difficulty. Okay. I got no clue, Yarn. I would ask a Wikipedia about that. But it's an interesting question for real. Alright. Getting closer to level 60 here. This place is rather scary. But since I got the necessary resistances to get through the scariness here. These dudes, they last so long, but, well, I just checked my experience bar. It moved ahead quite a bit for only one enemy. I think there was one more level before that boss came. Probably it is already the boss here. Leveling with Lokar set. Hi there, Kahawai. No. This is solo self-found. I don't have any particular sets. I am gathering the Eastern Rogues right now a little bit on the side. Probably gonna use that.
Can't do that yet.
Yeah, legendaries are always a nice drop. If you find something that's fitting to your plan dash, it's always pretty good. No, I'm running here Funky Global Sky Effigy. With cooldown reduction on the totem and extra totems. And there's Charndar offer. It's not anything to be too worried about. Whew. Looking nastier than it is. Goodbye, Chthonian boss. Oh, it's a dead end anyways. But I assume the Lokar set you're mentioning there seems to be a good item for this character class. I assume. I really only picked up the Storm Totem thing because Kjoran said that he'd like to see that in action. Seems some weird. Yeah, extra XP on your armor. That's a nifty stat. I think here must be Salazar, I think. Or was it one level downwards? Get... Ah, Narankur. It's not Salazar, it's Narankur. The only thing I know about this dude is that he has those killer obsidian shards. But, well... they aren't nearly as scary for this build. Because they get immediately molten down by the totems. So. But I've seen these obsidian shards one-shot people way too often for my taste. Yay! We did it! Narankur's Blade of Decay. Mostly physical effects. Blade Dancers, Handguards. Do bosses get new abilities? No. Sadly not. Sadly they only level up their resilience and their damage potential. Although I gotta say, with a couple of these bosses, they really develop their true potential. Only as they get some levels and some extra damage there. Okay, good stuff. But I wasn't too surprised that Narancore wasn't too much of an issue there. Yikes! What a spot to spawn at. I mean, didn't really take any damage, but still very, very scary. Okay. Yeah, I feel as if these skull marked enemies, the purple ones, they are the real trouble with this in this game. In general. Okay. Oh yeah, I like the last fight in Fallen Box too. Oh, it was just the right pressure between needing to be in motion and doing your stuff well, and unfair overpoweredness to make a really good fight. I enjoyed that one. Well, usually, Dash, I went always quite well with creating a new character if I didn't get ahead in the higher difficulty anymore, and try to do better than the last time, but more importantly, gather some equipment also for the character that's a little bit stuck there. It's also something that helped me out a lot from time to time. Okay. Good luck, mate. Right, gonna roast some harpies here. Freshly tasered harpy. Inscribed bracers. So overload inferno. That. Not too interested. Ah, the quest harpy. Ooh, going down super slow though. Yeah, just like I thought. Lightning affinity. Oh, so expectable. If something dies that slowly, it's usually using lightning spells on its own. Oh my god, even with resistance shred, this takes so long. Ancient Heart though, nice. Ancient Hearts are good loot. Always happy when I get one of those, because they are really hard to come by, and they make up a very valuable crafting resource there, so... Imbued Silver, do I have access to that, or... Imbued Silver. Actually, I do. So we're going to start the Chariot of the Dead here. I really like that one. Right. Cunning and Health. Vitality resistance isn't at max on my side. It's getting better and better. Okay. Is it worth farming gear somewhere like boss farm? Well, yeah, that's a difficult question. I mean, sure, if you're feeling undergeared, farming stuff is valuable, but since this game always scales the enemy according to your own power, there is a maximum level for every area. But overall, the game always tries to provide you enemies that are roughly your power. That's why it's not that feasible to actually stay and farm somewhere unless you're playing hardcore and you only have one character life. But as long as you don't chain die somewhere, I'd always keep playing forward instead of farming the same spot on and on. Just my personal piece of thought there. Because overall, the reputations you gain for those factions, they are really, really worth your effort. Because you can buy extremely good items for the reputation. Not only gear that you can wear directly, but also components and augments to upgrade your gear, which can have a massive impact on your performance in general. So, well, overall, no, I wouldn't say it's worth farming gear. Unless it's a monster infrequent, means an item that can only be dropped by a certain enemy, unless it's that case, then it can be absolutely worth farming it. Good example is my Grobel Sky effigy here, which can only be dropped by Sky Grobels. It's so good because it amplifies and changes Storm Totem's behavior a bit. If you have any of these items in your portfolio that just amplifies your main skill directly, it's pretty much worth farming it. Only you can buy skills with flavors. Each piece can have an augment and a component. Yes! Yes, Piranha Mode. That's absolutely worth mentioning, that's true. And most importantly, augments can be just overwritten whenever you want to. You can't just slap a new augment on that item as often as you want to. Unlike components, you don't need to remove them in a complicated manner. Augments can just be overwritten, just like that. Need revered for armor offers. Yeah. I know. But revered does come pretty much automatically over time. So. And there's also a lower tier of augments beforehand, if I remember correctly. Reputation farming is a thing, yeah, that's true. Totally worth it. Totally worth it. Okay. I skipped out a little bit of the undead area when I entered this map, but that was completely intentional. Crucible doesn't give reputation, no. Sadly not, Yara. Sadly not. That would be a little bit OP though, I guess. Alright, troll boss incoming. I'm a wee bit concerned. And that's not the troll boss I was talking about here. It's just another one. Goodbye, Mr. Wantlag. Alright, that's gonna be the exit. Or my death. We're going to see which one of them.
That skill's not ready.
Okay. Taking those Mistborn a little bit more serious. And here's yet another unique troll boss. Quite a scary one. But which troll is not scary? Oh, this one actually. It's just walking menacingly towards me. Looking evilly at me. Now he did his first actual attack. Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. I've had such worse encounters with this dude. Okay. Ooh. A couple of dudes. More ethereal dudes. Alright. Now, that was a very, very nice session tonight. Made some extremely nice progress there. Next time I'll still have to get back to the steps of Torment, because I totally skipped out that part here. But, yeah, well, at least I'm already at Dadman's Gulch. I'd love to go towards Homestead too, but not tonight. That's just, that would be taking too long, you know? Alright, so you can't crit him with 3.8k offensive ability? What's that defensive ability on that, dude? That's sick. Okay, everybody, so thank you so much for that nice evening. I hope you enjoyed your stay as well. Have a good time, and see you all tomorrow. Whenever you want to drop by again. Good night, good evening, whatever might be the case. See you soon.